Ever pondered the origins of our planet Earth? How did it come to exist? Our tale begins about 4.54 billion years ago, with a cosmic event known as the Giant Impact or the Big Splash. This theory suggests that a celestial body, akin to the size of Mars, or perhaps even larger, collided with what was then a budding Earth. Imagine two celestial bodies, one the size of Mars and the other, a nascent Earth, on a collision course. The impact of such a massive event was phenomenal, creating a vast amount of molten matter. This tremendous collision doesn't just end with an explosion, it was only the beginning of Earth's creation. This molten matter, an agglomeration of rubble and debris, was set adrift in the cold void of space. Over time, the gravitational forces at play began to work their magic. The disparate pieces of molten matter, now free-floating in space, started to coalesce. Slowly but surely, they began to condense, drawn together by the irresistible pull of gravity. Over millions of years, this mass of molten matter continued to condense, gradually solidifying and taking shape. The gravitational pull, acting like an invisible sculptor, molded this molten mass into a sphere. And so, from the fiery remnants of a colossal cosmic collision, the Earth began to form. But the story doesn't end there. Once the Earth had taken shape, it continued to cool down, its surface hardening to form a crust. Over countless millennia, this crust was shaped and reshaped by geological forces, giving rise to the diverse landscapes we see today. And so, from the chaos of a cosmic collision, the Earth was born. A planet birthed from the remnants of a celestial body and a budding Earth, sculpted by gravity and time. A testament to the immense power and beauty of the universe's natural processes. That's how our Earth, our home, was born from a giant impact. This is just the beginning of the story, though. The birth of our planet set the stage for the next act, the origin of life. But that, dear listeners, is a tale for another time. Now that we've seen how Earth came into existence, the next question is, how did life begin on this barren planet? The birth of life is a tale of atoms and molecules, a dance of elements in the early Earth's atmosphere, choreographed by nature herself. This dance, as scientists believe, led to the creation of life through a process called chemical evolution. Imagine the Earth some 4 billion years ago. It's a world unrecognizable to us today. A world of violent storms, volcanic eruptions, and a primitive atmosphere filled with methane, ammonia, and hydrogen. In this chaotic environment, simple chemical compounds were present, floating in the seas and scattered over the land. Now, here's the interesting part. These chemical compounds weren't just idle spectators in the drama of Earth's early years. They were active participants. Given enough time and the right conditions, these compounds began to combine in fascinating ways. They formed more complex molecules, including amino acids, the basic building blocks of life. In the vast oceans of the early Earth, under the relentless energy of the sun, and possibly the occasional bolt of lightning, these amino acids assembled into proteins. These proteins then clustered together to form cells, and with them, the first spark of life flickered into existence. But how do we know this? Well, it's thanks to countless experiments conducted over the decades, many of which have replicated the conditions of early Earth and observed the formation of amino acids from simple compounds. This supports the theory of chemical evolution, suggesting that life, as we know it, may have begun in this way. But of course, this is just one part of the story. The formation of amino acids is one thing, but how did these molecules assemble into the complex structures that characterize life? That's a question for another scene. So, in the vast oceans of the early Earth, the building blocks of life were slowly taking shape. The theory of chemical evolution might seem abstract, but did you know that it was actually tested in a lab? In the early 1950s, two young scientists named Stanley Miller and Harold Urey set out to investigate the origins of life on Earth. Their ingenious experiment would become a cornerstone in the study of prebiotic chemistry. The duo decided to recreate the conditions of early Earth, right there in their laboratory. they designed an apparatus to mimic the Earth's primitive atmosphere, filling it with gases believed to have been abundant back then, namely methane, ammonia, and hydrogen. Picture it like a miniature world, a snapshot of our planet as it might have been billions of years ago. Now, the Earth's early atmosphere was far from serene. It was a tumultuous place, full of energy from lightning and solar radiation. To simulate this, Miller and Urey introduced an electric discharge, a spark, into their mixture of gases. This was their storm in a bottle, their surrogate for the raw elemental force that once reigned over our young planet. And what happened next was nothing short of extraordinary. After running the experiment for a week, they found that their mixture had transformed. It was no longer just simple gases. It had produced a variety of organic molecules, including amino acids. Yes, the very building blocks of life. These results were astounding. Here was a tangible demonstration of how life's basic ingredients could have been produced on the early Earth. It showed that given the right conditions, simple molecules could combine to form more complex ones. This experiment was a testament to the power of nature's chemistry. Of course, the Miller-Urey experiment is not the final word on the origins of life. It's a piece of the puzzle, a stepping stone on the path to understanding. But it was a significant leap forward, a tangible demonstration of a theory that had, until then, been purely hypothetical. This experiment was a major step forward in our understanding of how life could have originated on Earth. It's a reminder of the profound transformations that our planet has undergone and the remarkable processes that could have given rise to the diverse life we see today. Creating amino acids is one thing, but how did we go from that to living organisms? That's a question that has left scientists scratching their heads for decades. Several intriguing hypotheses have been proposed to explain this process, each with its unique approach to the origin of cells and DNA. First, let's talk about the clay life hypothesis. This theory suggests that life could have started on the surface of clay minerals. These minerals could have acted as a template, guiding the assembly of simple molecules into more complex structures. Imagine tiny clay particles, each with a unique pattern on its surface, attracting and arranging molecules into shells capable of self-assembly. These shells would have then shown some characteristics of living organisms, possibly leading to the birth of the first primitive cells. Next up, we have the RNA world hypothesis. According to this theory, the first forms of life were self-replicating RNA molecules. Unlike DNA, RNA can both carry genetic information and catalyze chemical reactions, making it a sort of jack-of-all-trades in the molecular world. This dual function would have allowed RNA to play a crucial role in the early stages of life, where the division of labor was not yet established. Finally, there's the artificial origin of life hypothesis, suggesting that life on Earth could have been seeded by extraterrestrial sources. Picture comets or asteroids carrying the seeds of life, crashing into Earth and kickstarting the process of evolution. This theory provides an exciting, albeit controversial, explanation for the origin of life on our planet. Each of these hypotheses brings its unique perspective to the table, offering a glimpse into the possible path from simple molecules to the first living organisms. Whether it was clay particles acting as molecular architects, versatile RNA molecules taking the lead, or life's seeds arriving from outer space, the journey from simple amino acids to living organisms is nothing short of fascinating. These hypotheses provide fascinating insights into the possible path from simple molecules to the first living organisms. The origin of life on Earth continues to be a topic of heated discussion and research. Each theory we've explored holds its own strengths and potential drawbacks. The chemical evolution theory, for instance, is supported by the Miller-Urey experiment, demonstrating the possible formation of complex organic molecules from simple chemical compounds. Yet, it does not provide a full picture of how these molecules could assemble into a living organism. The clay life hypothesis, on the other hand, presents a compelling scenario of self-assembling molecules on clay minerals, possibly leading to the birth of primitive cells. But the precise mechanisms of this process remain elusive and are yet to be reproduced in a lab setting. Similarly, The RNA world hypothesis, proposing self-replicating RNA molecules as the first form of life, is intriguing. RNA's dual role as a carrier of genetic information and a catalyst makes it a strong candidate for the origin of life. However, the question of how the first RNA molecules came to be is still unanswered. Even the concept of panspermia, or the artificial origin of life, though fascinating, is shrouded in uncertainty. The idea that life may have been seeded on Earth by cosmic entities presents a vast array of uncharted possibilities, but concrete evidence is yet to be found. Despite these challenges, scientists are undeterred. They continue to test these theories, refine their models, and seek new clues about our planet's past. The quest is not solely about uncovering the precise mechanisms that sparked life on Earth, but also about understanding our place in the universe. Each discovery, each hypothesis tested, brings us one step closer to answering one of the most profound questions: where did we come from? The quest to understand our origins is not just a scientific endeavor. It's a testament to human curiosity and our ceaseless pursuit of knowledge. We may not have all the answers yet, but rest assured, the quest for understanding our origins is far from over. The quest to understand our origins is a testament to human curiosity and our ceaseless pursuit of knowledge.
That's a wrap for today, folks. If you enjoyed, tap that like button. Don't miss out on the fun. Subscribe to stay tuned. The excitement is just beginning.